The one thing you expect and want to see at an elementary school are students outside running off energy through play and interacting with others at recess. My name is Tifany Hortin. I'm a graduate student here at the University of Idaho, and we'll be presenting to you my project titled All Students Physically Active with Positive Interaction. This project was completed at Trailwind Elementary School in Boise, Idaho, next to the Oregon Trail. Trailwind is a K-6 school. To give a little background on the school's recess program, they actually exceed the national recommendation of 20 minutes of recess daily, with a 10-minute recess in the morning and afternoon, and a 30-minute lunch recess. Recess is located in a very large area with a grass area, playground area, and blacktop area. 2 adults are supervising during each recess. They are called recess supervisors. The school itself focuses on pride, positive, respect, integrity, determination, and empathy. Let's talk a little bit about the assessments first. During a meeting with the school principal, it was discovered that there was an issue with student behavior at recess. 2 ideas were discussed. One was an additional recess instructor dedicated to organizing recess play, and 2 was a team building lesson given during PE. To better understand the issue and ideas, 3 assessments were given. The first survey was given to teachers and staff. They were asked about their preference and student issues at recess. Next, a focus group was held during the school playground meeting. That included recess supervisors, school counselor, principal, and a behavior specialist. The questions for the group was focused on lunch recess, the issues, and which grades should be the focus. The last assessment was a physical activity level observation using the SoPlay tool. And we did it during the 4th and 5th grade lunch recess. Here are the results of the surveys. During the teacher and staff survey, the main theme was discipline issues. Teachers noted that the discipline may have been due to the lack of relationship skills and students not knowing what to play or how to play different activities. The issues often affected class time. When asked which solution would work best for the students between recess supervisor dedicated to organizing and teaching games or team building during PE class, 76% of the 21 who completed the survey thought a recess supervisor dedicated to organizing games at recess would be helpful. During the focus group, 4 themes emerged. One was bathroom. This is a major issue because the doors stay locked. So supervisor has to be at the door the entire recess to let kids in and out. This leaves only one supervisor available to really supervise and engage with the students. Disrespect, and this was disrespect for other classmates, the equipment, and the teachers on duty. Competitive play. You have students that play club ball mixing with students who have never played the sport. And physical activity levels. The main concern was the overall disrespect the 4th and 5th graders portrayed to other classmates and the recess supervisors. For the physical activity level assessment, it was found that only 27% of students were engaged in moderate to vigorous activity. There was also a lack of positive engagement between recess supervisors and students. Most of the engagement between the recess supervisors and students was very authoritative and negative. And I think that was a lot due to the fact that there was only one able to engage. And so they were worried so much more about safety and making sure the equipment and everything stays safe and the kids stay safe. After discussing the results of the assessments with the school principal, the focus for the program was to increase physical activity, participation, and positive interaction during 4th and 5th grade lunch recess. There were 2 goals for this project. Goal 1 was to increase the percentage of students engaged in physical activity during lunch recess through implementing an active recess program. Objective 1 and 2 was to create an active recess packet and then implement that program with the packet. Objective 3 was to increase percentage of 4th and 5th graders participating in the program. Our target was 30%. For goal 2, It was to reduce or maintain the number of reported behavior concerns during lunch recess at Charlton Elementary. Our first objective was to just compile a recess referral of March of this year and April of this year. We ended up also compiling a recess referral report from April of 2024, just to do some more comparison. My second objective was to maintain the number of reported behavior concerns that were connected during recess and also that were connected to recess for both 4th and 5th graders. And hopefully to maintain that by April 2025. The first goal was to create an active recess packet and implement it for 3 weeks. The active recess packet included activity cards that were connected to the PE lessons. Some of the cards included one or more of the different tasks, activities, or challenges. The tasks were more skill-oriented. The activities were game-like, and the challenges were more advanced or included competing against peers. The activity cards were placed in a container that was visible to all students. The equipment needed for the cards were already available with the recess equipment. To prep for the program, a 15-minute PE lesson was given to all 4th and 5th grade classes. The lesson included 8 stations and activity cards that had the task and a challenge or activity on one side and info about the purpose of physical activity on the other side. After going through at least 3 stations, the students gathered to talk about the activity cards, the importance of the physical activity, and the program that they would see at recess. The next week, the program began. I would be the instructor during the program. As the instructor, I planned to be there twice a week at lunch in hopes that the other days of the week, they would practice what I taught them or choose to do the activity cards on their own. The activity cards and myself were at a central location that the students knew about ahead of time. Week 1 had really interesting results. There was no interest in the activity cards. After 20 minutes of trying to get the students to join on the first day, I decided to go to different groups to engage in their different activities that they were playing in. I participated in a game of kickball and basketball, foursquare, volleyball, and baseball. The students seemed to enjoy that I was there participating and engaging in their activities. The next day, I brought Starburst as an incentive and a small team building activity to get the kids interested. One of the activities, like shown below, there were dots. They had to work together to switch places on the dots without touching the ground. I told them I would give them a Starburst for participating. Then we talked about some of the cards and let them know they were there. Only 3 girls actually took me up on the cards. One of them actually completed it. They really enjoyed it and asked if I would be back the next day. One of the lessons I did learn from this is always have a bag of Starbursts with you. So after the first 2 days, I did a quick evaluation. There still was no interest in the activity cards. I assume it was because no one wanted to read a card and try to do the activity during recess. They all just wanted to play. After the evaluation, I quickly changed my direction. I scratched the activity cards and instead made posters of weekly activity challenges to hang up in the cafeteria walls so the students would read them while in line for lunch or at the tables eating their lunch. There was also a poster that would include the records during the program. This change was approved by the principal. An example of one of the activities was seeing how many students could jump in a long jump rope together. The record was only 3, but they all tried so hard to beat it. Another challenge they all enjoyed was a sit-up race challenge. 5 students got in a line in a sit-up position. They had a weighted ball and they had to pass it backward while doing a sit-up. When you pass the ball, you run to the end of the line and get into a sit-up position waiting for the ball again. This continues until the ball has crossed the line. 3 of the weekly activity challenges were posted at the end of the first week. And at the bottom here, you can see all of the weekly challenges that I created and put up on the poster, along with the record board. Week 2 and 3 went really well. Spikeball and other activities were used as incentives to get them to participate in more activities. Familiar games like Can Jam that they learned in PE were available, as well as new games like Frisbee, Tic-Tac-Toe, and more team building activities. The team building activities were challenging and encouraged critical thinking and teamwork. The pictures show some examples of some of the games. There is a team board walk. The team has to cross a river by using 2 boards. The tic-tac-toe frisbee is just like tic-tac-toe but with 2 frisbees. And the sit-up race that I had explained previously. The results of the program showed that there was an increase in participation in the active recess program, which is great. However, the target of 30% was not reached for 4th and 5th graders together. If looked at 4th grade alone, week by week, 4th grade reached 33% of participation during week 2. The issues at recess were not solved. There was an increase with discipline issues among 5th grade boys. The students with discipline issues were not reached, mainly 5th grade boys. Discipline for 5th grade actually increased. However, those individuals were well engaged in physical activity, just not the actual program. The total 5th grade participation was only 3%. The 4th graders alone met the target for discipline by maintaining a low number of recess forms. And the 4th graders had 24% total participation in the program. I don't know if the 4th graders having a high percentage helped with that maintaining the low discipline issues, and the 5th graders having a low participation percent actually increased the discipline. We're not sure if there's that association there or not, but that was the results. I gave the 4th grade students all a survey at the end of the program. 4th grade students enjoyed all the different activities introduced, especially the team building activities. For the 4th graders, the same kids who saw the weekly activity challenges posted in the cafeteria also participated. Both 4th and 5th grade felt that teachers and supervisors should engage with students more at recess by playing sports and activity with students, refereeing, and introducing more games. Some of the next steps for this program to continue. The PE teacher needs to be more involved, so there is a better connection between recess and PE. Another way is to involve students in preparing the activity cards or instructions for the games, or have them create their own games. In a study by Verstraete, Cardin, de Klerk, and de Verdehuge, students were involved with writing the instructions for the activity cards. They were more interested in using the cards because they were invested. Another idea would be to have a sign up for the activities that will be introduced at recess. And this will prepare the students. It will get them excited for the activity and also help the instructor adjust which activity should be used. While I was out at lunch recess, the music teacher would come out and interact with the students. When she went out there, the students would flock to her. She engaged in their chosen games, or she would bring out a really good volleyball because a lot of the equipment wasn't as good. And this would help engage lots of children. It was impressive that she gave up her own lunchtime to engage with the students. I challenge you and myself as educators to help train and encourage more staff and teacher engagement with the students outside of class time. Since I am not present, here is my email address if you would like to contact me for any questions. Thank you.